Good morning. All right, are you ready for your language lesson? All right, we're going to need 2 pages today from your language book. It's going to be pages 121 and 122. It's going to say day 52 right up here in the corner. All right, so make sure you have those out. Last week we learned about the spelling of different plural nouns. Remember, we've learned what a noun is. A noun is a person, place, or a thing. Do you remember what a plural noun is? Plural means more than one, okay? And so a lot of times you can just put an S on the end of a noun and it'll make it mean like dog. You just put an S on it and it means dogs. But sometimes you can't do that. Remember we learned that if a noun ends with S or 2 S's or CH, SH, X, those letters, then we have to add what to make it plural? Did you say ES? Okay, when we have a noun that ends in those letters, to make it plural, we have to add an ES. All right, today we're going to look at 2 more rules. Oh, and we also learned that there were 2 exceptions to those rules last week. Remember when it ended with a O and a vowel, or it ended with a consonant and a vowel. We had to do this, we had to do it, we had to do it, which we're going to go back over those here in a little bit. Remember when we did that? We're going to add 2 more to those. And there were exceptions to those rules. Remember, there were 2 words that didn't follow the rules. Well, we're going to learn about that again today. But we're going to keep practicing so we'll remember how to spell those nouns, okay? All right, the first one is the consonant and a Y. Remember what a consonant is. A consonant is not a vowel. So if there's a noun that ends in a consonant and a Y, you have to change the Y to an I. And then you can add ES to make it plural. Like the word city. See how it ends with a consonant and a Y? So you have to change the Y to an I and then add ES. So city becomes cities. Or here's country. This ends with a consonant and a Y, so we have to change the Y to an I and then add ES. All right, let's get our pen ready. You got your pen ready or your pencil? All right, let's change these 2 words to make them plural. Now, this ends with a consonant and a Y, so what are we going to do to the Y? Change it to an I. Make sure you use good handwriting. All right. Let's spell the word. All right. Remember the Y changes to an I, and then you add ES. Baby becomes babies. This means one baby. This means many babies. All right. Let's do story. Now, story has a consonant and a Y, so it's going to follow the rule. We have to change the Y to an I. So let's see if we can spell it. Make sure you use very good handwriting, okay? Okay. All right, now we change that to an I and we add ES. Stories. Good. All right. Now here's another rule for you to remember. It's the F or FE rule. If you have a noun and it ends in F or FE, you have to change the F or the FE to a V and then add ES to make it plural. So here's a word that ends with an F, leaf. So that means we have to change the F to a V and then add ES. This one ends in an FE. So we change the FE to a V and then add ES. So knife becomes knives, leaf becomes leaves. All right, so here we have 2 down here. We're going to have to change these. This one ends with an F, so what do we change the F to? A V, and then add ES. So let's spell wolves. Use very good handwriting. Did you change wolf to wolves? See, when you change it, this one means one. This one means more than one. So when you do that, you change the F to a V, then add ES. All right, now this word life ends with FE. So we have to change the FE to a V and then add ES. So let's change life 2 lives. Use good handwriting. There we are. That wasn't hard. All right, so those were the 2 rules that we learned today. So let's look at our next page. Now, this is going to give us 2 exceptions. There's always got to be some words that do not follow the rule. If you have the word roof, you don't change that to a V. It just becomes roofs. You just put an S on it. The word cliff ends with 2 F's. We just put an S on it because you wouldn't say I fell off a cliff. You wouldn't say that, would you? A cliff? Did you see that cliff? You wouldn't say that. All right, so let's write these 2 plural words that are exceptions. Roofs and cliffs. Now let's write those, and I want you to use really good handwriting. Remember, these are the 2 that do not follow the rule. They're what we call exceptions. Are you using good handwriting? Is your handwriting better than mine? I don't know, mine's pretty good. Okay, good job. So we've gone over those rules. Now the other rules that we went over last week, you don't have to turn your page, but I'm going to find our page that we worked on last week that told us how to change those. Let's see, right here. These were the 3 rules that we learned last week. If a word, a noun, ends with a vowel and a Y, you just add an S. If it ends with 2 vowels, like a vowel and an O, you just add an S. But if it ends with a consonant and an O, you add ES. Remember those rules? But remember there are 2 exceptions. Pianos and photos. On those 2, you just add an S. All right, so we're learning all kinds of new rules, aren't we? Let's get back to our page for today. And that would be this one. Let's look at the bottom. You see this picture? It says, we have learned that plurals, you see this word, plurals, means more than one. And in this picture, you'll find more than one kind of animal. You got to count the animals, the donkeys, the geese, the pigs, and all the other animals, and put the number in the box next to them. Okay, you can circle them if you need to. So you can find all the sheep, count all the sheep, and put the number here. And then count all the goats, and put the number here. So count all those animals, and you can circle them if you need to as you do that, okay? Now make sure you give your mom your page when you're done. Make sure you also do your spelling practice and your reading. It's very important for you to read, okay? All right, that'll be all for today.